After calving, the silence changed its voice. Morning leaned softly against the barn door, and the earth held its breath as if time itself had paused to listen. A fragile cry rose into the cold air, not loud, not demanding, just enough to tell the world, "I am here." The mother turned with trembling strength, eyes deep like ancient rivers, carrying storms, seasons, and memories older than the fences around her. Steam lifted from her warm body, meeting winter halfway, while straw whispered beneath her like prayers spoken without words. The newborn struggled toward light, legs unsure of gravity's promise, each movement a question asked to a waiting universe. Outside, dawn unfolded slowly, painting gold across distant fields, as if the sun itself arrived to witness the miracle. Breath met breath, nose touched life, and the mother's tongue traced love across the trembling skin. No language was spoken, yet everything was understood. The wind paused at the doorway, respectful of beginnings, carrying the scent of milk and soil across sleeping pastures. After calving, the world felt softer, edges blurred by tenderness. Even the crows on the fence cawed more gently than before. The calf blinked at existence, eyes wide with unnamed wonder, seeing shapes without meaning, feeling warmth before fear. A farmer watched quietly nearby, hands rough with years of labor, heart suddenly light with a childlike gratitude. He knew this moment well, yet every time it felt new, as if creation repeated itself just to remind humans of hope. The barn beams creaked above, witnesses to countless births, holding stories in there would grain like rings of remembered time. The mother rose slowly, strength gathered from instinct, pain dissolving into purpose with every careful step. The calf tried again to stand, fell, then tried once more, learning the ancient lesson that life begins with effort. Dust floated like tiny stars, turning sunlight into galaxies, and the barn became a universe where beginnings were sacred. After calving, nothing rushed. Even time walked barefoot, careful not to disturb the fragile miracle unfolding. Milk waited in quiet abundance, nature's first promise fulfilled, while hunger guided the newborn toward survival's gentle path. A soft nudge, a searching mouth, the rhythm of nourishment began, binding mother and child in invisible threads of trust. Outside, frost melted slowly, each drop echoing renewal, as though winter itself admitted defeat before new life. Birdsong returned cautiously, testing the morning air, announcing to distant hills that another soul had arrived. After calving, the farm awakened differently, not with noise but meaning. Every fence post standing taller, every field breathing deeper. The sky stretched wide and patient, clouds drifting like silent guardians, watching over fragile beginnings with endless calm. The calf's first steady step marked a quiet victory, a small triumph unnoticed by the world yet immense to existence itself. The mother's eyes softened, relief flowing through her stillness, as instinct transformed exhaustion into unwavering devotion. And somewhere beyond sight, life counted another heartbeat, adding one more story to the endless book of earth. After calving, hope had a shape, small, unsteady, and warm, standing on uncertain legs yet destined to walk forward. The barn held the moment gently, walls guarding its tenderness, while the day slowly expanded around a newborn future. After calving, the morning deepened its glow, light slipping through broken wooden lines, touching straw like gentle fingers blessing the ground beneath new hooves. The calf searched the world through scent, learning life not by sight alone, but by warmth, heartbeat, and closeness, the language older than speech. The mother stood patient as earth, breathing slow clouds into the air, her body still aching with memory yet filled with fierce tenderness. Milk flowed like a silent river, a gift shaped by pain and time, turning struggle into nourishment without complaint or pride. Outside, dew gathered on grasses, each drop holding a tiny sunrise, reflecting beginnings multiplied across the waking field. The farmer returned with careful steps, boots softened by understanding, knowing loudness had no place where life had just begun. He paused at the doorway, hat resting against his chest, offering respect not spoken aloud but deeply felt within. After calving, even labor felt holy, buckets shone with quiet purpose, and the smell of hay carried peace through tired human bones. The calf wobbled toward confidence, each step less uncertain than before, balance forming like courage inside a fragile frame. A low hum escaped the mother's throat, half song, half reassurance, guiding the newborn gently through the mystery of being alive. Time stretched wide and forgiving, allowing mistakes without punishment, teaching through repetition the art of standing strong. Sunlight climbed higher slowly, turning frost into silver tears, as if night itself wept softly before surrendering to day. After calving, the barn smelled sweeter, a mixture of earth and promise, where endings transformed quietly into beginnings unnamed. Swallows circled beneath the roof, carrying bits of straw for nests, their wings stitching movement into the stillness below. The calf discovered shadows, chasing them with clumsy curiosity, unaware that play itself was life rehearsing joy. The mother watched every motion, eyes never fully resting, guarding the fragile miracle entrusted to her care. Wind entered through open cracks, bringing stories from distant hills, speaking of seasons waiting ahead, rain, heat, and harvest yet unseen. After calving, patience ruled everything. Growth measured not in speed but in steady breaths and quiet persistence. The farmer filled the trough nearby, water shining like liquid glass, reflecting sky and barn together as one shared world. A rooster cried somewhere far away, late to announce the morning, yet the day had already begun inside this sacred space. The calf leaned against its mother, finding safety in warmth, learning trust before fear could ever take root. Dust danced again in sunlight, tiny planets floating freely, reminding the watching eyes how small and vast life is. After calving, silence was not empty. It carried heartbeat and breath, a fullness impossible to measure yet impossible to ignore. The mother lowered her head gently, nudging strength into the young one, encouraging another attempt at independence. Step by step the calf moved forward, discovering distance and return, understanding that wandering still allowed a way back home. Clouds drifted slowly overhead, casting moving shadows on fields, like time passing softly without urgency or demand. The farmer smiled faintly, lines of age easing for a moment, seeing tomorrow standing already on four uncertain legs. After calving, hope required no words. It breathed, stumbled, and learned, growing quietly beneath watchful skies and patient hearts. The barn doors opened wider, letting the world peek inside, inviting sunlight to witness the fragile strength of new life. And the day continued gently, holding mother and child together, while existence whispered again. Begin and begin again. After calving, the noon arrived slowly, carrying warmth upon golden shoulders, spreading light across the pasture like a promise written in air. The barn doors stood open now, framing the wide breathing fields, where wind moved freely and horizons waited without end. The calf noticed brightness beyond shadow, a world larger than straw and walls, its ears twitching at distant sounds still strange to newborn senses. The mother stepped forward carefully, inviting courage without force, teaching through motion alone that life must eventually expand. Outside, grass shimmered with life, blades bending in quiet welcome, each one ready to cradle the weight of tiny hooves. After calving, the earth felt closer, as if soil itself leaned upward to greet the fragile traveler taking its first journey outward. The calf hesitated at the threshold, half fear, half wonder, standing between safety and discovery in a moment stretched thin. A breeze brushed its face gently, cool and curious like a greeting, carrying scents of wildflowers and distant running water. Step, a pause. Another step, a trembling victory. The world widened instantly, sky unfolding like endless cloth, blue deeper than imagination for eyes only hours old. Birds crossed overhead swiftly, leaving invisible paths behind, their wings writing freedom across the quiet afternoon. After calving, courage grew quietly, not loud like thunder, but steady as roots finding their way underground. The calf stumbled into sunlight, legs unsure yet determined, while shadows followed faithfully like silent companions. The mother grazed nearby slowly, never straying too far away, her watchfulness a living shield against unseen dangers. Insects hummed low melodies, tiny musicians of the field, welcoming the newcomer into nature's endless orchestra. The farmer leaned against a fence, arms folded in thoughtful peace, watching life repeat its miracle without ever growing ordinary. After calving, work felt lighter, even heavy tools seemed kinder, as if hope reduced the weight carried by human hands. Clouds drifted lazily overhead, casting cool blankets of shade, giving rest between discoveries to both mother and child. The calf chased a moving shadow, surprised by its own motion, learning joy through confusion and laughter without sound. Grass brushed against its knees, tickling curiosity awake, each sensation becoming memory before language could exist. The mother called softly again, a sound shaped like reassurance, pulling the wandering spirit back toward warmth and belonging. After calving, distance gained meaning. Not separation, but exploration, a gentle stretching of courage under patient supervision. A butterfly crossed the field slowly, colors floating like living petals, and the calf watched in stillness, captivated by fragile beauty. Sunlight warmed its small back, drying the last traces of birth, transforming vulnerability into growing strength. The earth smelled alive and deep, rich with stories beneath hooves, holding centuries of beginnings within quiet layers of soil. After calving, time moved differently, measured not by clocks or shadows but by steps taken bravely and breaths drawn without fear. The calf rested beside its mother, body rising and falling gently, listening to the steady rhythm that first welcomed it to life. Wind combed through open fields, carrying whispers of seasons ahead, hints of rain, frost, and harvest still hidden in tomorrow. The farmer closed his eyes briefly, thankful without needing reason, for moments that reminded him why endurance mattered. After calving, the afternoon softened, light turning honey gold, wrapping the pasture tenderly before evening's approach. And beneath the vast sky, mother and calf stood together, two heartbeats newly joined in the endless story of living. After calving, evening arrived on quiet feet, carrying amber light across the fields, soft as a memory returning to a heart that almost forgot warmth. The sun leaned low upon the horizon, spilling gold through drifting dust, turning every blade of grass into a trembling flame of light. The calf watched shadows grow longer, confused by the changing world, where brightness slowly surrendered to colors deeper and calm. The mother moved closer again, sensing the cooling air, her presence becoming shelter before night could fully speak. After calving, dusk felt protective, wrapping land in gentle silence, as though the earth itself promised to guard what had just begun. Birds returned to hidden nests, their wings folding into rest, songs fading one by one like candles softly extinguished. The farmer closed the pasture gate, metal touching metal with care, respecting the fragile peace settling over the farm. Smoke rose from a distant home, twisting slowly into violet sky, carrying the scent of evening meals and human gratitude. The calf lay down uncertainly, folding legs beneath its body, discovering rest for the first time outside the warmth of birth. A low sound escaped its throat, half question, half comfort, answered instantly by the mother's call, deep and reassuring. After calving, trust deepened quickly, forged by shared breath and closeness, an invisible bond stronger than fences or distance. Stars began appearing carefully, one light, then another, as if heaven counted blessings across the darkening sky. Cool wind brushed the pasture, carrying night's first whisper, touching fur and grass alike with equal tenderness. The mother stood watchful still, eyes reflecting fading light, a guardian shaped by instinct and ancient memory. Crickets awakened beneath the soil, their rhythm steady and calm, filling silence with music older than human time. After calving, night felt sacred, not empty but deeply alive, holding unseen movements within shadows and sound. The calf dreamed before understanding dreams, legs twitching softly in sleep, running through worlds not yet known but already belonging to it. Moonlight rose slowly above hills, silver spilling across the land, painting peace onto tired earth with quiet devotion. The barn waited nearby in darkness, doors open like patient arms, ready to welcome them back whenever they wished. After calving, exhaustion finally settled, pain dissolving into calm acceptance, the mother breathing slowly in rhythm with the night. Owls called from distant trees, voices echoing through still air, guardians of darkness watching life continue below. The farmer looked once more outside, hands resting on the fence, smiling at silhouettes beneath moonlight before turning toward home. Clouds drifted past the moon gently, veiling and unveiling brightness, like thoughts passing quietly through a peaceful mind. After calving, the universe felt closer, stars seeming lower than before, as if drawn nearer to witness fragile beginnings. The calf shifted beside its mother, seeking warmth without waking, trusting presence more deeply than conscious thought. Night deepened its endless cloak, cooling soil and sky alike, while dreams spread silently across fields and hearts. After calving, the day completed its circle, pain to birth, birth to hope, hope to rest. And beneath the moon's gentle watch, mother and child slept together, held safely within darkness that promised another dawn.